If you've been having trouble relieving your excessive sweating with conventional methods like clinical strength antiperspirants or even more advanced treatments like iontophoresis, then acupuncture for hyperhidrosis may be your next step. Now, what is hyperhidrosis? Well, hyperhidrosis is the medical name for the condition of excessive sweating due to a hyperactive sympathetic nervous system. And hyperhidrosis acupuncture, it originated in Asia in the form of Chinese medicine. Oftentimes, holistic medicine like this is overlooked by modern Western medicine, but it may be worth pursuing before attempting surgery or prescription medications. Now, I've tested this out for a couple of months, and I can attest to the palpable difference in my own sweating. And surprisingly, I found acupuncture to be a very powerful solution for controlling my excessive sweating, and I'm not the only one either. Clinical studies for this hyperhidrosis treatment have been proven very effective for many sufferers worldwide. Now, acupuncture is the science of stimulating pressure points across the anatomy using a number of techniques, and it involves the application of pressure points through penetration of the skin using metallic needles. And you've probably, already heard of acupuncture or are familiar with the concept. So what does hyperhidrosis acupuncture feel like? Well, the needles are hair thin, and it's really I'd say completely painless, but you may feel sort of a tingling feeling. When the needles are first inserted, it's done through a tiny metallic tube, and the needle, it penetrates the top layer of your skin and just sort of idles back and forth gently. And some say it's almost like a gentle tingling sensation when the needles first enter. However, I don't want to mislead you. There have been clinical studies for acupuncture that report some patient discomfort or even maybe soreness the next day. Now, that said, when you do opt for hyperhidrosis acupuncture, it's important to choose a licensed practitioner very carefully. Oftentimes you can find one in your medical insurance network or on their website based on ratings and feedback from other patients. Also, there are so many medical physicians that are additionally licensed in hyperhidrosis acupuncture, so you should speak to your dermatologist. If your doctor isn't licensed for acupuncture treatment, I'm sure he or she can make a recommendation to a trusted practitioner. Now, about the procedure. Western medicine's interpretation of hyperhidrosis acupuncture goes as follows. Acupoints are where the needles are inserted, and they're based on sensory nerves of the skin called dermatomes. So when the needles are placed on these dermatomes, it has a different effect on the body's nervous system, and it directly affects these different points in the body's nervous system. It's interesting to mention that the dermatomes for hyperhidrosis acupuncture are aligned with many of the dermatomes penetrated to relieve anxiety and stress through acupuncture. And clinical studies for acupuncture that have followed this technique further prove that our emotions are direct triggers of hyperhidrosis sweating. Now, many of these dermatomes are also controlled through the internal body temperature. They have direct communication with the sympathetic nervous system in the body. And hyperhidrosis acupuncture treatments, they may differ depending on the degree and location of your symptoms. So, for example, if you have palmar or plantar hyperhidrosis, meaning hand or foot sweating, you may receive hyperhidrosis acupuncture to treat sweating hands and feet, as well as sympathetic dermatome nerves in the chest or rib cage. In other cases, the acupuncturist may apply a more generalized treatment. It really depends on the practitioner and your response to the treatments. So although, acupuncture for hyperhidrosis, it can provide relief on the first visit, it usually takes 2 or 3 weeks to become fully effective. Now, my experience was, I found while receiving this treatment, I felt overall more relaxed. I definitely attribute that to my decrease in anxiety-induced sweating. Were there physical changes made with the stimulation of my dermatomes? I have no idea. I can only tell you what I felt, and yes, I did feel some improvement. And after my own personal test with this treatment, I was curious to see what others have experienced. So I spoke with many hyperhidrosis sufferers out there who've said that hyperhidrosis acupuncture helps phenomenally with their anxiety-driven sweating. So it's not so cut and dry, though. There are many people who told me it wasn't worth the effort and, relief was minimal. So your own results may vary. It is very important, though, that your expectations are realistic with this treatment. Generally speaking, hyperhidrosis acupuncture will be most effective at stopping your stress and emotionally induced perspiration. So it's considered a more holistic treatment, but its results are profoundly respected in the medical community. So don't underestimate how beneficial this treatment may be for you. So I want you to visit sweatsolver.com right now, because although acupuncture for hyperhidrosis, it's been shown as a great treatment for most people. It didn't do enough for me. So that's why I've created an arrangement of excessive sweating treatments at sweatsolver.com, where I show you step by step how to eliminate excessive sweating from any part of your body, really within minutes, using many different regimens that I've sort of perfected over the last 7 years, and they work systematically to eliminate excessive sweating from the hands, the face, the feet, the underarms, the body, all these other specific regions of the body. And these treatments work really well, and they've been tested on thousands of people who have had beneficial results. So go to sweatsolver.com right now. Start getting relief in just minutes. Don't let excessive sweating control your life any longer. I suffered with this for a long time. It's really debilitating socially, and you don't have to live with it. So sweatsolver.com right now will show you how to eliminate excessive sweating. I'll see you there.